And it's going to be amazing to start today. You know, we live in a world where everyone is looking for a savior. Okay? Everyone is looking for a savior. Everyone is looking for a mini savior. Can I tell you something? No one is coming to save you. Because if you are going to be saved, you have to give yourself a permission to be saved. And how many of you know that we live in an economy today where things are hard? If you know that things are hard, lift your hand. If you know that things are hard, but may I tell you something? I want to start this section by telling you a quote that I learned when I was 15 years old. I learned a quote when I was 15 years old. Man called Raphael Emerson. Raphael Emerson said something that changed my life at the age of 15. He said, can anyone ever tell me, in the history of humankind and in the history of human race, when things has not been hard? Hello? I will say that again. He said, can anyone ever tell me, the history of human race, in the history of humankind, that things has never been hard? You know that being action is relative. How many of you know that?
Yes, sir.
How many of you know that action is relative? One day I was in a program and I heard a speaker that came from America. He said that he has suffered before. And he said when he was growing up, his parents used to give him soft drink in a cup with an ice. And he said as a result of that, that is struggling, that they were struggling. How many of you call that struggling here? Someone that has not eaten at all and he can eat once a day, and he eating one a day, he will say, now I have a breakthrough, isn't it? Lives that we all can change our life. You know, Dr. Tade, when I came in, I had him talking about, this is what happened. And then at the age of 25, I was extremely intelligent, but I was extremely broke, okay? And so I finished school, I don't have money. I used to go to my brother's office in Idowutelo, and my other brother will often give me money. And you know, when you are intelligent and you are broke, people will start insulting your intelligence, isn't it?
Yes.
Every time they want to speak, they will use your intelligence as a hammer. And they will say things like, everything in this life is not intelligence.
Yes.
You know, when they are talking to, they don't talk to a dumb person like that. They only talk to, because you see, you can be sounding intelligent and you are not acting so, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the truth can piss you off, they cannot set you free. It's like someone is in this room today, I guess it's not here, and the person has a body odor. You know, if you get it black, you know, if somebody has a body odor, you know, it's very difficult for the people that are close to the person to tell the person. Why are they not going to tell the person? They are not going to tell the person because they don't want the person to get angry. And often, what will set you free must first piss you off. For instance, if you are in Nigeria and you cannot averagely make $1 million in a month, you are living in hell. You see, the government sets your minimum wage because minimum wage is convenient for them. Whoever set a minimum wage is convenient for the setter, not for the receiver. So in other words, today, you are here in this room to set your own minimum wage. Because the minimum wage must be set by you, not by another person.
How many percent is your food?
So, let me give you today as an economist. Let me tell you today that your minimum wage for yourself today in your personal economy must be $1 million. Can I get an amen to that?
You have to do shakara.
It's affected by what I'm saying. Because you are wondering, are you kidding me? $1 million now is not $1,000. How many of you know that?
Yeah.
Now, and this is it. You need to come to the moment. That is what changed my life at the age of 25. I walked down to the house and I told myself, I said, what this man has said to me is the truth. And I am going to prove to myself that I can change my life. But because you want to change your life, you have to change your decisions. You have to change your actions. You have to change your information. You have to change your association. So I decided that day at the age of 25, I was broke. I was extremely broke. Everyone, I was the last one in my family. So they only give me the respect of staying I was so broke and intelligent. Then I went back and I realized that that's the way my father was too. He was intelligent, he was a scholar, but he was broke. That's how my uncle was too. He was intelligent, he was a scholar, but he was broke. Hello, that is not causes, that is choices.
Anyone that feel just
And
put
choose
the
not
semester
to
they are
be
asking
part
for.
of that episode anymore. So at 25, what did I do? Then I realized that bad economy is not bad. Bad economy is just a bad economy. It's a position, and you can choose not to be part of that economy. So I decided, and I evaluate my life at the age of 25. What did I evaluate? What are my skills? What can I do better? Then I realized something. Look at it. I realized something, that anyone that can sell something can change his own life. Because I want to make big money. Now help me to say this to your neighbor. Help me to say this to your neighbor.
Okay, my neighbor.
That small money.
Small money.
Say it as if your destiny depends on it.
Small money.
Is a sin.
It's a sin.
Now you say that again to somebody beside you again. You say small money.
Small money.
Is a sin.
It's a sin.
Now let me tell you what a sin is. For some of you that are religious in this room, a sin is not all about morality. A sin is also most about functionality. Now the root word for a sin means you not meeting your target. What did I say? Every time you don't meet your target, you have committed a sin. You know that sin is not something that you do. Sin is something that you commit. That is why nobody said to somebody that he has do sin. They say you have what? Commit sin. In other words, small money look good until you need big money, isn't it? Small money look as if you have something until big money is needed and you don't have it. So sin is missing your target in life. There is a water in desert. How many of you know? How many of you know that there is water in desert? Okay, don't know there is water in desert? The problem is that there is water in desert, but for you to find it, you have to look where?
See, I hear you.
There is water in desert. For you to find the water in desert, you have to look where?
Yeah, you have to look well.
You see, there is always two sides. There is always two sides to a slice of bread. There is a front and there is a back. There is only three sides to a coin. How many of you know the three sides to a coin?
Yes.
There is front, there is back,
Side.
and there is edges.
Edges.
There is nothing called absolute hardship. And there is nothing called absolute prosperity. If you have traveled the world a little like I have done, if you go to England, you will see poor men. Mr. Dede, Dr. Dede, is that true? If you go to the United States of America, you will see poor men. I mean, if you go to America, part of America, you will be wondering if you are in America. I mean, you will be wondering, like, this is not the America they are showing me on TV. Is this America? So part of Ibadan is funny than the place. You will be wondering, like, what is going on here? But those men, I love America. You know why I love America? They know how to brand America. They only show you what they want you to see.
They want you to see.
The problem is that we show the world what we don't want the world to see. And we finish our own country. We finish it. America will not show you the problem.
With our
They will show you this is dreamland.
Yes, sir.
Come here. They kill more people in America every day than they kill in Nigeria. But guess what happened? America will never show you that. So that's why you think you have a problem. You think you have a problem because the news is deceiving you. Let me tell you, if you want to be wealthy, you don't consume news, you use news. Hello? You use it, you don't consume it. Because the richest men in the world make their money in tough times. Because tough times is not meant for weak men.
Yes.
Tough time is meant for tougher men.
Yes,
People
sir.
that have a tougher man that can see opportunities.
Yes.
So what I'm saying to you today, you need to know that one of the skills that God has developed, that God has given, which is what I found out at 25. Do you know why God created a profession in creation because of you. God knew that some of our parents, they are going to do badly. God knows that some of you will go to schools and you will study zoology. You will study all those funny courses. God knows that some of you will go to school and you will have to class and pass. Hello. God knows that some of you will have first class and there is no first place in life. God has said, well, I will give every man an equal skill that you can develop. Get what that skill is. Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Should I tell you?
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you as I begin to round up today. Let me tell you, this skill is called selling. What did I call it?
Everybody
Now, I
can.
need you to write this down. Selling is God's social justice system. Selling is God's social justice system to create an equal level for human race. I will say that again. Selling is God's social justice system to create an equal level for human race. That is why you don't need a degree to sell. But selling can raise your degree.
I hear you, sir.
So selling
Can raise your degree.
is how God activates blessing upon your life. So if you are broke today, your breakthrough is in selling. So I made that at 25. And I have 4 university certificates. I have 2 first-class degrees. I have 2 masters with distinction. Hello? So I'm not talking to you as a guy that cannot find a job. But guess what I'm telling you? But if I have applied that degree at 25, nobody will pay me a $1 million before I was 27. So God has a system for you. So some of you today, you are in this room, and you say, I cannot sell anything. You see, if you cannot sell, you cannot excel.
Yes, sir. Then.
Woo!
Preaching good, sir.
That's not here. If you cannot sell, your financial life will spell. This is what you need to study. If you cannot sell, you have been excluded from the economic planets. Because this planet only includes the people that can sell. May I tell you something? All of us who are selling. Some people are just bad at it. Yes, some people are good at it. I've watched a lot of Kelly Black program on YouTube. MC Lively, stuff. But do you know what they are selling? You thought they were doing comedy, but they are selling us something. They are selling us the ability that you can, in the midst of the challenges, you can still enjoy your life. So this is what I'm telling you. Somebody is here today, and you're telling yourself, me, I cannot sell. But I have a lot of people that I've trained in my life that make their first 10 million naira as a student selling real estate. They are not yet a graduate. Excuse me. How many hours are you using to read book in school? Hello? You don't need to read book. I can tell you, as I tell you, you don't need to read book for 5 hours daily for you to be a first class student. May I tell you a secret? You don't need to be that smart to have a first class. Hello? You just need to know what the lecturer wants. And follow it orderly to have a first class. That's a class for another day. But the truth of the matter is, you need to understand. But for you to have a first class life, you need to do whatever it takes. And this is it. You need to learn how to sell. So this is it. How do you know? What are the levels of wealth that you need to develop? There are 4 levels of wealth. 4 levels. The lowest level of wealth is what I call implementation. What did I call it?
Implementation.
What did I call it? People that want to get
There are
wealthy
4
using their
levels of
strengths. Do you know that we live in a world that strength is overrated? Strength is what?
Overrated.
Strength is overrated. You thought you were always going to be strong forever. No, it's a lie. Go and ask our elderly men. There was a time in their life that when they were very young, they thought they were always going to be young. But no, strength is overrated. So there are people that only make money with muscle. If you depend on muscle to be rich, you will never amount to much. I'll say that again. If you depend on muscle to be rich, you will never amount to much. Muscle is the lowest level of wealth creation. The second level of wealth creation is integration. What did I call it?
Integration.
Speak to me. What did I call it?
Integration.
Who are those people? Those people that are supervisors at work. You know, they'll say, I'm a supervisor now, I'm managing other people. It is not a bad thing to do. They will make more money than the people that implement. But the truth of the matter is, it's the second lowest of wealth creation. But you know, it depends on the organization you are working. If you are a manager in agriculture, you will earn more money than somebody that is a manager that is working in a small organization. Isn't it? Because it's a multinational. But that's it. If you truly want to be wealthy, right here in this room, There are two ways you can be wealthy. The second to the tallest is what I call talking. What did I call it?
Talking.
Ability to know how to communicate. Ability to know how to be persuasive. Ability to know how to get people to do things for you. And that is where selling falling. Look at the people that are earning the biggest money in the world. Our entertainers, our salespeople. What are they using to make money? Mouth. If you can use your mouth, you will amount to much. You see, your mouth is not only meant for food. Your mouth is meant to move you forward. So if you know how to use your mouth, you will amount to much. And that is what selling helps you to do. So you are in this room today. I can assure you that you can make your first 1 million. You can make your first, 2 million, 10 million before the year comes in. How do you do it? Begin to understand that you don't need to have a product to be wealthy. Let me tell you, I love animals. But you know one of the animals I love the most is called spider. I know why I love spider. Spider taught me a lesson that many animals did not teach me. You know what spider taught me? Spider taught me that you don't need to have a house to live in one. Hello? You didn't hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
Spider taught me that you don't need to have a house to live in a one. Why? Because where do you find spider? You find spider in the palace in Asurok. You find it in the White House. Spider understand the principle of capitalization. So you can capitalize on an idea that already exists. There is an idea that exists here today. It's called PPPN. You know, you can capitalize on all the products that they have, and as a result of that, you can become wealthy.
Woo!
You can use your mouth. You can learn a skill. You can learn a skill. Learn how to sell. Learn how to close deal. Learn how to sell. Because you see, it's no limit to how much you can make if you can sell. Yeah, if you cannot buy property, sell it. My mentor taught me, I wrote it in a book called The Money Code. My mentor taught me a lesson when I was 21. You know what my mentor said to me? You don't need to buy and sell. My mentor said you don't need to buy and sell. He said if you want to be wealthy, learn to sell and buy. So he said you don't need to have money to say you want to go and buy a product and start selling it. Someone may have the product, learn to sell it before you buy it. So you don't need to start with buying the land. You may start with selling the land. So if you sell the land, you can end up buying the land.
Yes, sir.
You are 22. You don't have money to buy a land. Do you want to go and steal your parents' money to buy a land? So but you can sell the land to buy
Land.
So tell your neighbor, learn to sell.
Learn to sell. Learn to sell.
Lastly,
Learn to
you need to
sell.
learn
Learn to
the
cash out.
highest level of wealth creation is called thinking. You need to learn how to think. You see, the muscle man will serve the mind man.
Hey.
The man of muscle will serve the man with the mind. The world is ruled by mind, not muscle. So if you guys use your mind, you will serve the person that has the mind. What does it mean to have the mind? It means that you learn how to think. Don't just hear what every speaker is going to say here today. Use it. Apply it. And let me tell you something. If you apply what is being said to you, it's going to literally change your life. Because this world is going to change your life. Lastly, let me say this to you. Because there's no time. You're going to be hearing a lot of things today, just like you have heard from me. The economy is tough. Get used to it. Do something. You know why you have an economic problem? The reason why you have an economic problem is this. You have more expenses than income. The moment you can have more income than your expenses, you solve your own economic problem. So what do you need to do? Stop focusing on what you can control. Begin to focus on what you can control. The only thing you can control is to focus on what you can make. Focus on making more. If your bill every month is 500,000 and you are making 1 million every month, do you have an economic problem?
You don't.
No, you have changed your economic position. You wouldn't have a capital that you can capitalize on and use to change your life. So lastly, this is it. This is it. I need to pay attention to what I'm about to say. There are two kinds of people in the world. The first set of people, I call them NATO. What do I call them? What do I call them?
NATO.
Who are NATOs? NATOs are no action, talk only. No action what? No action what? They are NATO. No action, talk only. They will be here today, they will hear everything that everybody else said. They will not register, they will not sell, they will not buy. They will say, oh, I love what you said. I love it. But they will do nothing about it. But I don't want you to be a NATO. But I want you to go home as a narrow. What did I call it?
Narrow.
Tell your neighbor, be narrow.
Be narrow.
Who Who is a narrow? A narrow is no excuse, result only. What I call it?
No excuse, result only.
No excuse, result what?
Only.
I mean, they're going to take everything that's been said yesterday. They're going to go out there and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to follow everything. I'm going to register. I'm going to make my money. I'm going to buy the land. I'm going to transform my life. And then they go from nothing, from zero to making millions. Because let me tell you, the hardest million to make is your first one. The moment you make it, it's like the floodgate of abundance will open up to you, and your life will begin to change. I hope you have learned something today.
Yes, sir.
Woo! And we give Mr. Tade Cash a round of applause. Good to see you, sir. Thank you so much. Wow. Please be seated.